Have I got a visual treat cozy video for you this week, which includes a little bit of tree planting, a hidden cottage garden centre, and beautiful decor. Let's get into it. Okay, myself and Karen have arrived to the Cottage Garden Centre, and it is someone's house.
Like, we're sitting in somebody's, like,
back
in a car
garden
park behind someone's house.
And we were like, oh, is it even open? So there's a sign there that says garden centre open. And this is like the time we went to a garden centre, and it was someone's house.
We ended up, we thought it was a nursery.
It was in Mead.
And we ended up in someone's back garden playing with frisbee with their dog, because that's what we do. So,
But they had plants. But let's go in.
Okay.
Before our journey, Karen had done a little Google mapping to see what garden centres were near where we were going. And just before we got to our destination, we found the Cottage Garden Centre. And this is the epitome of don't judge a book by its cover. This was an Aladdin's cave. This garden centre is about 10 minutes from Spanish Point. If you're staying anywhere around that coastline, Lahinch, like, it's easy enough to find, and the road is on a sunny day, it was such a pretty drive as well. Inside, it did have your usual garden centre plants. Obviously this time of year there's not as much in flower, but just off to the side there was the cutest little fairy garden with little handmade fairy houses. Also, randomly, they had some really good value on pots. So definitely the pot plants are definitely way more expensive in Dublin. There was some good deals to be had, and I actually picked up the cutest little pot, which I'll show you in one of the Sunday garden videos. Now, in a minute, you'll see we rambled inside to the actual shop, and it was in Aladdin's cave. It was a shop. They had everything. So everything from, mini pet shop. Then they had, like household stuff. So, cleaners, anything you need, for the garden as well. But then there was the cutest gift shop. I think it was called Poppy's Gift Shop. And there was loads of hand-painted pieces of furniture used as shop displays. Lots of handmade gifts, cute cards. It was totally unexpected. And myself and Karen didn't know where to look. The place was jam-packed with really cute little decor pieces. We have a nice hotel today. Ooh. Okay, first of all, myself, Karen, and a couple of other people from the L'Occitane group, we are out planting trees in the west of Ireland. We're going to be planting and learning about, Karen came last year and she was saying we were planting like Irish native trees. So Hometree Farm is like a charity, but I'm not 100% sure in what they do, but we will learn more about that when we go tree planting, because it's like a 3-hour drive from Dublin. We're in a really nice hotel and I think you guys are going to really appreciate the decor. So let me show you around. It's Karen. Can I see Karen has a 4-poster bed.
My room is like a suite.
A suite?
This is gorgeous. The first thing I walked in, I was like, I'm going to have to like ring Catherine on this.
Did you try and ring?
No.
Because I heard someone's phone ringing. Hello?
It's an actual thing.
You know what? You can be my room tour assistant.
Okay. Yeah, do you want me to like...
No, you... Oh, okay.
I'm okay.
I have my mic on, so when you come in... So I thought this was into maybe Karen's room.
Could you imagine?
First of all, the paint. It's a lovely chalk paint. It's a matte.
Beautiful.
Now, even that's matte. Normally, that would be a satin because it's... Actually, anyway, it's a wardrobe.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
I thought, but it's built into the wall. Like, I wonder, was it maybe and they dug it out? So, le television, but we don't. No. The windows, and again, painted in that lovely coloured paint. The cows. I was actually saying...
Where are the cows? Oh, look. Oh, they got up when we came in.
One of them was peeing in the window.
Cows
Or in
lying
the...
down.
So
Sarah wants us to go swimming in that. And I'm like,
no,
not
she's
a
mad.
chance.
It died. I was actually just saying before you knocked in that me and Joanne stayed in the actual Armada Hotel over there, and this is Armada House. I've never stayed here. So we stayed over there, and we have a vlog. It was 2020, January, before it all kicked off. And it was my last raging night out with Joanne. It's as if we knew something was coming, but we didn't. So a lovely, beautiful window. You were saying it doesn't open, does it?
Well, I tried to. You tried. It's
You'd have to be posh to know how to use these windows.
But I feel like, do you not think that would be dangerous if we were able to have it open? No, you and me, we'd fall out the window. Yeah.
Let's move on to my... Do people just sit?
Like in Downton Abbey, they would sit, we would sit there and we would play cards, or we would sew or crochet.
That's a lovely card. Oh, hello, Catherine.
Why did you give it an accent? Hello.
A very warm welcome to the Armada. We hope you have a super stay with us. If you need anything, please let me know. Rebecca and the Armada team. Thank you so much. That's a lovely card.
Yeah.
And we have cakes. Because that's what rich people do. They eat cake in fancy places. Not me and Karen, who had Supermax on the way down. So this is your lounge area. This is...
Don't.
This is... I can't say it.
We're sitting at the end of the bed. Into the fireplace.
This is it. I can't say it.
Don't do it.
You know what I'm thinking, what that is.
Dirty stuff.
It's your step up onto the bed.
There you go. That's going to be the thumbnail.
Yeah. With fireplace. Look, I've already wrecked it with my stuff. Beautiful. I don't know what stone that is because I'm not cultured enough.
It's like marbly bits,
Beautiful. So we bought dried flowers in the place on the way down. Aren't they lovely?
Yeah.
You'd rob that. This is why we don't come posh
the
places.
mirror on the top as well.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking that's just slightly, not over, but obviously I'd love to know how old that is because it was built for this length of mantelpiece. Lovely little touches. Look, I just copped that fireplace has flowers in it as well. We have my underwear. This is where I do
Correspondence.
I send letters to my friends.
Dear Karen, I hope this friends are well.
Who's in room 8. But I like the little touch of there's like books and stuff. So they're cute.
What's that say? Every day is a what?
That's Evie Garrihy. She's one of the Garrihy.
yeah.
Avian, is it? Avian. She's one of the Garrihy sisters. But is she somehow affiliated to Armada?
Her husband, or else his family.
That's a big affiliation. Your husband. So I was wondering. And that's a recently out book as well, I think. I seen it on her Instagram. This is where we do business. Let's look in the drawers. Nothing there. Lovely lamp. Oh.
Don't fall.
And then the bed.
Okay, hold on. Action shot.
Don't worry, So I am 4'11", and you could get like 5 people in here.
You're not bringing 4 men home.
Karen, Constantine. Like,
This reminds me of we were in the lavender field.
and I lay down in like if I lovely architrave coving.
Excuse me.
Okay. I'm in a cultured place.
Phone.
Your roommate. There is a dial tone.
Don't ring 999. You need an ambulance. I can't stop laughing.
So I'm ringing someone. I'm ringing you.
Are you ringing right?
Yeah.
I'm across the hall. Did you just do a knick-knack?
I think I did a knick-knack paddywhack. And do you know what I did as well?
What did you do?
I'm really thirsty. And I opened one of these and I went, whoop, it's fizzy water.
You're like, burp.
I was like, posh people can just don't just have tap water. I think this is
That's still.
the first one I did. So that is room tour. I tell you what, we'll put Karen's room tour on her channel.
Yeah. Do you want to come to my boudoir?
I do. And we are in Vivi's room, and she got the dual. She's my neighbour. We've got dual aspect for a poster.
Sunshine.
You're my neighbour. This is beautiful.
I would hate to be their neighbours because both of them
Have a karaoke machine.
Hold on, here we go. Now.
My
Now.
Hello. Oh my God. It's gonna be ABBA all night.
Oh my God.
ABBA all night.
Hold on, can I just do a little thing for Nadine?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Apologies for the girly cackles, but you know when you're just on high energy when you see people that you haven't seen in ages. So I got a few more clips of the rest of the house just because there was really pretty decor. Lots of lovely wallpapers and furniture pieces, and I know you guys have an appreciation for that. Oh, that's a nice little. I feel like there's a courtyard. Do you want to see if we can go out here? Karen. Oh, cute. Are these like stable houses? Oh, that's the west of Ireland breeze. Morning. It is 7. I don't know, 30. Sarah Battle knocked on my door to go for a sea swim. I said, girl, I didn't bring no togs. I ain't getting into no sea. So she knocks on my door and she's like, I got you some togs. Let's do a sea swim. I did my first ever sunrise sea swim. So getting into the cold Irish Sea has become very, very popular. And there are many health benefits, but I just want to give you a little tip before you jump in when it's cold. So Sarah was saying that she gets in with a hat on her head, so a woolly hat, and as soon as you get out, dry your feet first, put your woolly socks on and put your shoes on. So once you can keep the heat into your head and your feet, you won't get cold after. The sea is actually warm in Ireland in September and October time, and then obviously it gets cooler. She said the coldest month is March to get in. The sea was the waves, all the waves in Ireland, they're brutal. But I have to say, I felt really fresh afterwards, and I can totally see the benefits of doing it. We were blessed with a beautifully sunny day. There was a couple of rain showers, but they passed quickly. So this is the Hometree Farm Charity headquarters. So we are here to volunteer for the day, get stuck in and get mucky. The compostable toilet. Sorry about the wind. Okay.
What kind of wind?
Oh. Okay, so we've got
The cubicle.
Is this a cubicle?
In there.
Oh, what do you do with that? Is that how you flush it?
That's what you put down over.
So you pee in here.
Yeah.
Do you
Really
do
put
it
that-
with your hands?
Unless if
Or
you get
so-
it with lift up the bucket and.
Oh, compostable toilet instructions.
Oh.
We in the front, dry matter in the back. Huh? And sure, no dry matter.
Oh, what?
Oh, that's maybe a different toilet, is it? And then we have, oh, there's a shower. So this is our first experience with compostable toilet. I thought that was a broken one. I'll pee in the wild, that's fine. And that was our first and last experience with the compostable toilet.
Mulching this morning, so I'm hoping that clogs me up for the day.
After a quick brief and a mug of tea to warm the bones, it was time to do our first job, which was shoveling up some mulch. We were split into two groups because the other group was mulching and weeding around some baby trees were planted, so some saplings. So they wanted to mulch around the area. So off we went to shovel lots of mulch. Thank God there was a couple of us because it was much quicker. I believe that inside this polytunnel there is 20,000 native Irish trees, and I don't think anyone could say they've been in the presence of 20,000 trees in such a small space, and it was so grateful to see. So we are going to be doing some seed collecting, and the guys don't use machines for this process, so it's all done by hand by volunteers. If you want to volunteer, there's the first, I think, Saturday of the month and the third Saturday of each month is a volunteer day, but you can get more information on their website.
appreciate the support and all the hard work today. It's like the way that we grow these trees here, it's critical that we get a lot of hands in the ground, weeding, processing seeds, and you know, it really speaks to a bigger kind of ecological issue, which is how do we kind of keep genetic diversity in the landscape when there's less and less people actively working the land. And you know, Hometree's ambition is very big. It's like, you know, national parks size landscape restoration catchments, and really having a positive impact on the communities that we work in. So yeah, thanks so much for the help, and hope you've had a nice day. What's wicked about this tunnel and the work you've been doing today is, you know, we're kind of in, right now I'm stood in the middle of about maybe up to 20,000 different trees. You know, ultimately these trees will become a really nice forest one day. Perhaps the trees in here would plant in nearly 20 acres of woodland, which, you know, 20 acres of woodland as a core area is like an excellent size for biodiversity. You know, different mammals and birds will come back in that. We've got these mixed variety of trees, that's mixed species: alder, hawthorn, birch, Scots pine, and oaks over there. Got some wych elm next door, wild cherry, bird cherry, and it's not often you get to stand in the middle of 20,000 trees and just breathe wicked clean air. So I'm super grateful for my job to come in here and, you know, cleanse the spirit and cleanse the lungs each day.
100% job satisfaction.
100%, exactly, yeah.
So what's been like the biggest change? Because I was here last year.
Yeah.
What has been like the biggest change or the biggest thing? Because I saw you finish that building.
Yeah.
That was only had been started, I think, last year. What is that going to be used for?
I think, you know, with what we're doing here at Hometree, like, and at the HQ, like, this is like maybe the tip of the iceberg to the impact we had. You know, in the last year alone, we've gone from 5 sites to 9 sites. We've added a site in County Cork, in County Sligo. We bought our biggest site in Connemara, which is the 300 acre, you know, it was a hill farm. It's kind of void of any trees. I think there's 4 or 5 saplings on nearly 300 acres. So what's happening at our HQ is we spend a fraction of the money that we spend on land here, and it really is all of the funds that we get are going out into protecting wildlife and conserving and buying and protecting land. So
Do you have to, sorry to interrupt, so like Ireland, is there different needs for different parts of the country? So would the West have a different native tree mix compared to the East or the North, or this, where it's a bit warmer?
You know, interestingly, the kind of the climate in different parts of Ireland, on the West Coast, you know, we have a lot of rainfall. You know, in County Clare we have about 2,000 mil of rain compared to, say, 600 mil of rain in Dublin. So they are really, it creates really different ecosystems. And on the western seaboard and in parts of Scotland, Wales and Cornwall, there'd be an oceanic temperate rainforest, and you know, you can really see the difference. There's so much rain that different ferns and mosses, bryophytes, epiphytes, they can grow on the trunks and branches of trees. Like, you don't see them in the drier woodlands of you know, the east of the country or in Europe. But so these are really unique habitats. They only exist in 4 or 5 countries in the world, like Chile and Argentina, where it's really wet, and Canada also, where it's really wet, and obviously the rainforest. And when you have all that life growing up on the trunks and the branches, it's not just the mosses that are growing there, but it's also the micro insects that you can't see that are growing there, which are feeding then the other insects, the beetles, and then they're feeding different birds. So it's a completely different ecosystem. And, you know, Ireland is one country, but we do have, you know, different ecological zones. And the temperate rainforest, it's really, really unique and sacred.
Yeah. Can I ask a question about, have you noticed a change, like a climate change in Ireland? So have you noticed the summer is either becoming drier or wetter, like is spring drier or is autumn wetter, or what has been a change you noticed?
Like, I'm not a climate scientist, so, you know, it's difficult to say. But what I have noticed, which I can be nearly certain about, is the amount of insects that I see and the amount of animals that I see. You know, even driving the country lanes, there's half the amount of bugs that were on your windscreen.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, Karen said that recently.
You know, it's rare to see a grasshopper. I remember being a kid and just seeing them everywhere. So I think we're way past, like, challenging the notion of climate change. And for me, it's more about, like, adapting to the world that we live in, and also billions of people are already affected.
Yeah.
lame to say that it's not happening.
Yeah.
Billions of people have to move country.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can say that it's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's so obvious,
So
like it's
obvious.
in front of you, do you know?
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
First of all, headed to Karen's room to use her hair tool. Then I'm headed to dinner, but I have this really old autumnal maxi dress. But you know I'm wearing my slippers because the dinner place is only across the road and we're so... Actually, I need to... If you're squeamish, I have marks from my welly boots. Let me get a better angle. So can you see where the wellies cut into me there? They're the ones... I got them on sale. They're only €35. And then my friend got her discount on them. But they cut into my legs. And I tucked my dungarees into the leg of them. But I'd say had I had a thick welly sock, I probably would have been better. But I didn't. So anyway, this is tonight's look. So I'm wearing my slippers. I did have another pair of boots, but I was like, they're too sore. So really, really hungry. Really hungry. Watching like a movie on telly as I was getting ready. And I raided the kitchen downstairs and I got some cookies. So yeah, I actually wasn't able to have a nap. But I did get into the bed and have a little snuggle. So yeah, have my PJs ready for when I come back. So yeah, dinner time. Good morning. I kind of have to keep my voice down because it's kind of early and I don't want to wake people up. But in this lovely period house, there's loads of books. And I was having a little rummage and I found this book. It's called Ireland's Wild Plants, Myths, Legends and Folklore. It's by Niall, how do I pronounce this? By Niall Queeter, Coitir. Apologies. Most Irish names now I can get, but that one got me. Beautiful book. And it was in one of the many living rooms in this period manor. And I said to the girl, can I bring this up to my room to read? I says, I'm not going to rob it. She says, yeah. But actually, first of all, it's already been bookmarked by someone who's previously read it. And they have bookmarked it on, I love seeing this. So Primrose Tea and Primrose. But yesterday, when I was in, I don't have a little bookmark because I feel like I'd love to stick one on because I'm like, this is what I found. And I don't want to dog ear it. Yesterday when we were doing a forest therapy session, I think it's called, some people call it forest bathing, nature therapy, the lovely girl Katie was like, they all kind of fall under the same thing. But we were doing a session out in the beautiful landscape. And as I was walking around, I noticed a lot of achillea. So I have achillea in my garden, but I know that there's a different name. And I had seen on a wildflower board a thing called yarrow. And I was like, oh, yarrow must be like not the wild achillea, but another variety of it. So when I came back to the room, I went into the book and yarrow was here and it has a picture of it. So how I identified it was the leaf. So if you have an achillea in your garden, I have a couple of them. I've got like an apple something and it's a pink one. Then I have these like candy pop coloured ones. But this one is wild. A wild variety. And it is native, is it? Oh, Ireland's Wild Plants doesn't say anything about being native. It could be from somewhere else. So yeah, I noticed lots of this leaf within the grass in this, it was just grass, but I'd say maybe summertime it's a lovely meadow. Some pops of the achillea, there was tiny white flowers on top, so slightly different to like the variety I have in my garden, but the same kind of style. It was a bit more whimsical. So yeah, this book gives you, so associated with zodiac signs and Yeah, but it gives you like, alternative names. Angel flower, bloodwort, dog daisy, a dog daisy known in Ulster, herb of the seven cures, milfoil, nosebleed, old man's pepper. And then there's a bit of Irish there. Love na lush na fola, lush na clush, na glush. Okay, folk beliefs and customs. We love a bit of folklore in Ireland. Yarrow was widely used in love divination. In the north of Ireland or Scotland, a girl would gather 9 sprigs of yarrow after sunset on May Eve while repeating the following verse. Good morrow, fair yarrow, and thrice good morrow to thee. Come tell me before tomorrow who my true love shall be. Okay, I need to take a picture of this. And I need to go out in May. It has to be May Eve. On May Eve, so the last day in April after sunset, 9 sprigs of yarrow. I can do that. Remind me. Next May. The yarrow was then brought home, put into the right foot stocking and placed under the pillow, whereupon the girl would dream of her future husband that night. However, if she had spoken between pulling the yarrow and going to bed, the charm was broken. In Dublin, the belief was that 10 sprigs of yarrow must be plucked, 5 to do 10, and the 10th one thrown over the shoulder. Halloween was also a favourite time for this charm in Ireland, when fortune telling of all kinds was widely carried out. Many versions of the verse. Okay, there's actually pages about yarrow. Similar plants, sneezewort. I have heard of sneezewort. I think I've seen that. White hellebore, whiteweed, wildfire. That's the Donegal term. Despite its name, no records exist in folk medicine of sneezewort being used to cure colds, although it was used in England as a cure for toothache. Instead, the name apparently derives from the fact that the smell of the flowers was enough to make a person sneeze. Okay, member of the daisy family, the Asteraceae. I'm not saying that right. I've seen that word before. Oh, they have verbena is next. But anyway, I think I'm gonna buy myself this book. I'm gonna take a picture of it. Oh, my phone is over there. So yeah, if you want a little interesting, if you're into a bit of folklore as well as plants, I like that. So I'm gonna put it back, and I'll be like, actually when I'm checking out, I'll be like, no, there's the book, I didn't steal it. I love how there's books randomly around. There's an old piece of furniture just outside Karen's bedroom, and it's full of books. Anyway, I need to get back to Dublin, and the kittens are being minded, and yes, I'm just itching to see them. On the drive home, of course, myself and Karen popped into a garden centre. So we popped into the Johnstown Garden Centre, and I got a couple of shots. They were setting up their Christmas section. So they do have a really, really good Christmas section. Now, they didn't have, one of my favourite things is, I'd say they're just in the middle of setting it up, but they do have a Christmas village out the back with all of those pretty little Christmas houses that you all put together, and you can make scenes out of them. So there's an ice rink and a Ferris wheel, but I'll have to just visit when it's all set up. I'd say maybe after Halloween. But yeah, I did get some bulbs. Karen got a good bulb haul, so I'd say she'll share that over on her channel the weekend. But yes, had a little rummage around. I also forgot to film an outro, but basically when I got home, I just cuddled the kittens. We were so tired from all of I think the day in that lovely fresh County Clare weather, the wind, and all of the work we were doing yesterday had us knackered. So yeah, a nap was needed.